The Townsend mansion looms like a damn castle, all cold marble and glass that catches the July sun like it's trying to blind me. I'm elbow deep in silver polish, my hands raw from scrubbing forks for a party I'd rather skip. My mom's old apron, faded from years of her sweat, clings to my hips, and my dark brown waves are knotted in a bun, sticking to my neck in this Virginia heat. I'm 25, but this place makes me feel like a kid again, small, invisible, just the maid's daughter. My hazel eyes flick to the chandelier above, its crystals winking like they're laughing at me. Screw this.
Move it, Ava.
Mom's voice cuts through the kitchen clatter. She's at the sink, her olive skin glistening, her own bun tighter than mine, like she's holding herself together by sheer will.
James is back today. Everything's gotta be perfect.
James Townsend. The name tastes like ash. He's 32 now, heir to this empire of old money and older secrets. I haven't seen him in years, not since he left for some fancy university, but I remember his sandy blonde hair, that crooked smile he'd flash before ignoring me. He was my friend once, back when we were kids sneaking cookies from the pantry, but that was before he learned to look through me. Now he's coming home, probably to lord over us like his mom, Mrs. Townsend, with her silk dresses and sneers. I polish harder, my fingers aching, the metallic tang of silver biting my nose. The kitchen's a war zone, cooks yelling, pans sizzling, the air thick with garlic and rosemary. My blue-collar bones scream to get out, to run my restoration business instead of playing servant. But Mom needs this job, and I need her to not worry about me. So I stay, even if it chokes me.
Careful, girl.
Gabriel's low, raspy voice pulls me back. He's leaning against the doorway, 6'1", of lean muscle in a worn flannel, his ash-brown hair falling into those pale gray-blue eyes that always seem to see too much. He's a groundskeeper, 28, quiet as a shadow, but his presence is a weight I can't shake. His calloused hands grip a broom, and there's a rune tattoo peeking from his collar, a secret I've never asked about. His pine and earth scent hits me, grounding yet unsettling, like a forest after rain. Careful yourself, I shoot back, my lips twitching despite myself. You're blocking traffic. I brush a stray curl behind my ear, my cheeks warming under his gaze. Gabriel's not like the others, he doesn't bark orders or sneer. He notices. It's dangerous, that kind of attention. He steps closer, his boots soft on the tile, and lowers his voice.
Your wound tight, Ava. What's got you?
His eyes search mine, and for a second I forget the silver, the party, the mansion. There's a curve to his jaw, sharp yet soft, and I hate how my pulse skips. James, I mutter, glancing away, he's gonna stroll in, mess everything up, and not even notice. My voice cracks, betraying the old hurt those summers when he'd laugh with me, then turn cold when his mom called. Gabriel's brow furrows, a flicker of something like anger in his eyes.
He's not worth your worry.
He hesitates, like he wants to say more, but the kitchen door swings open, and Mrs. Townsend's heels click like gunfire.
Ava.
Her voice is ice, her brown curls perfect, her dress hugging curves I'll never have.
The ballroom needs dusting, now.
She doesn't look at Gabriel like he's furniture, and I bristle. Yes, ma'am. I say, biting back a retort. My skirt swishes as I grab a duster, my dad's old work boots dirty, comfortable clunking on the floor. Mrs. Townsend's eyes narrow at my outfit, a gray tank and flowy blue skirt, but she says nothing, already turning away. I head to the ballroom, Gabriel's gaze burning my back. The room's a cavern of gold-trimmed walls and parquet floors, the air heavy with lemon polish and expectation. Gabriel's POV.
I smell her before I see her. Wild lavender and sun-warmed earth hits me. Like warm honey left out in summer, clinging to bare skin. There's something else too, something earthy and new, something that doesn't belong to this place or the bloodlines that run it. It hits my chest with the force of instinct. I freeze at the top of the stairs. Every part of me stills but my lungs, which betray me by drinking her and like I'm starving. My wolf stirs, claws scraping my chest, urging me closer. Mate. The word isn't a thought, it's a feeling. A need. A chain snapping loose. No, she is a human. I scolded myself. I bite down hard, swallowing the sound my body wants to make. Instead, I grip the broom tighter, my gray-blue eyes fixed on the floor. She brushes past, her wavy brown hair catching the light, but I stayed rooted, distant like a shadow fighting a storm. Ava's POV.
I dust a mirror, my reflection showing high cheekbones and hazel eyes that look too tired. My lips, slightly full, pressed tight as I think of James. 6'3" of raw dominance, Mom said once, describing him. Broad shoulders, stormy blue eyes that used to make me laugh. Now they'll probably just look past me. Outside, the front yard's alive with party prep tables draped in white, lilacs, my idea, scenting the air. Melanie, another maid, waves, her smile strained. I wave back, but my eyes catch the road beyond, where a black SUV rolls up, tires crunching gravel. My stomach twists. He's here. The driver opens the door, and James steps out, taller than I remember, his sandy blonde hair catching the sun. His tailored shirt stretches across his chest, hinting at muscle earned from more than just a gym. His jaws sharper now, stubbled, and those stormy blue eyes scan the mansion like it's a battlefield. He moves with a predator's grace, each step deliberate, and I hate how my breath catches. He doesn't see me, not yet, but Gabriel's at the edge of the yard, his broom still, his eyes locked on James. There's a tension there, something I don't understand, like two storms about to collide. My fingers tighten on the duster, the wood biting my palm. James is back, and nothing's gonna be the same. Tonight the party will light up this cold house, but I'm not ready for James's return. James POV.
The Townsend mansion sprawls ahead, a monument to money I never cared for. My boots hit the ground, the leather creaking, and I roll my shoulders, muscle tense under a tailored navy shirt that feels too tight, like it's strangling me. My hair's a mess from the flight, sticking to my forehead, and my eyes squint against the glare. This place isn't home. It's a stage, and I'm the reluctant star. Mom's out front, her silk dress catching the breeze, brown curls pinned like she's ready for a magazine shoot. She's barking orders at maids scurrying around tables draped in white, lilacs perfuming the air like a damn 4th of July bash. Her eyes land on me, and she glides over, all smiles that don't reach her hazel gaze.
James, darling.
She gushes, arms outstretched. Her perfume, rose and something sharp, stings my nose, and I force a crooked smile, my jaw stubble scratching her cheek as she hugs me. Mom, I mutter, pulling back. Her hands linger on my arms, like she's checking if I'm still hers. Big party, huh?
For you, of course.
She beams, but it's hollow, her focus already shifting to a maid dropping a fork.
Everything must be perfect.
She doesn't ask about my flight, my life, or the weight I carry. Guilt over Illyra, my lost mate, a wound that never scabs. I clench my jaw, the wolf in me pacing, restless. My Uncle Richard, all gray hair and whiskey breath, claps my shoulder from behind.
Look at you, boy. All grown.
His laugh's too loud, his suit too tight, and I smell the bourbon on him. Cousins linger nearby Lila with her fake laugh, Mark with his shifty eyes family who'd rather see me fall than lead.
Ready to take the alpha oath?
Richard asks, smirking like it's a challenge. Yeah, I say, voice gravelly, my eyes scanning the yard. Soon. The pack's mine by blood, but their loyalty, that's a fight I haven't won. I nod at them, my broad shoulders squared, and head inside, boots echoing on the marble foyer. The chandelier glitters above, cold as Mom's smile, and I'm suffocating already. My room's up the grand staircase, unchanged since I left dark wood, navy walls, a king bed I never felt I owned. I kick the door shut, the thud grounding me, and shrug off my shirt, the fabric peeling from my sweat-damp skin. My chest is broad, scarred from pack fights, freckles dusting my shoulders from too many runs under the sun. I unbuckle my jeans, letting them pool on the floor, and step into the bathroom, the tiles cool under my feet. The shower's a glass box, steam already curling as I crank the water hot. I step in, and the spray hits me like 1,000 needles, scalding my tan skin, tracing the ridges of muscle down my arms. My abs, my thighs. Water sluices over my crooked nose broken in a fight I barely remember, and I tip my head back. The cedar scent of my soap fills the air, mixing with steam, and I brace a hand on the wall, knuckles whitening. My wolf stirs, a low growl in my chest, craving something real. Not this gilded cage. I think of Elira, her laugh like summer, gone because I chose duty over her. The memory stings worse than the heat, and I scrub harder, like I can wash it away. My eyes catch my reflection in the glass, haunted, searching. I want more than this life, more than Mom's parties and the pack's politics. I want someone who sees me, not the alpha, not the heir, someone who'd stand in this steam with me, their breath on my neck, their truth in my hands. I shut off the water, the sudden silence deafening, and step out, droplets trailing down my chest. A towel's rough against my skin as I dry off, my muscles flexing with each move. I dress for the party. Black dress shirt, fitted slacks, polished shoes that feel like shackles. The mirror shows a man who looks the part, but inside, I'm still the kid who ran through these woods, chasing freedom I never caught. Downstairs, the party's starting. Jazz drifting through open windows, laughter sharp as glass. I pause at the balcony, gripping the railing, my calloused hands rough against the polished wood. Mom's out there, charming her friends, all fake smiles and clinking glasses. Richard's telling some loud story, Lila's flirting with a guest, and Mark's watching me, his eyes narrow. I'm surrounded by family, but I'm alone. The wolf in me howling for something, someone to anchor me. Then I see her. Across the yard, a girl in a black dress, her dark brown waves loose, catching the lantern light. Ava, the maid's daughter, all grown up, her hazel eyes sharp as she pours wine, her movements quick, like she's dodging the world's weight. There's a curve to her waist that snags my gaze, and I hate how my pulse kicks up. She's not the kid I knew. Not anymore. She's fire wrapped in steel, and I can't look away. My wolf growls, low and hungry, but I shove it down. She's off. Limits, human, staff, a world apart. Still, my eyes linger, tracing her lips, slightly full, as she smiles at a guest. I want to know her, not the role she plays here. I want something real, like those summers when we were kids, the way I used to laugh with her. Mom never liked it. Every time she saw us together, she'd pull me aside and scold me. But no matter how many warnings I got, I always found my way back to her. Maybe she didn't remember, but I did.
The party's a glittering trap, all jazz and lilacs with laughter sharp enough to slice. I weave through the crowd, my black dress, sleeveless, borrowed from Mom, clinging to my nerves more than my skin. My hands, rough from polish, balance a tray of Merlot, the glass rims catching lantern light. My hazel eyes dart, dodging Mrs. Townsend's hawkish friends in their silk gowns, their whispers like wasps. I'm a server tonight, not a guest, and the weight of that stings. Old as the summers James and I spent as kids, racing through the orchard, his grin brighter than the Virginia sun. He'd call me Cricket for my humming, but then he left and I became invisible. I'm pouring wine for a guy with a mustache when I feel it, a gaze, like a storm rolling in. James stands by the patio, his dark shirt rolled up, veins threading his forearms as he grips a glass. His sandy blonde hair catches the light, tousled like he's fighting the evening breeze, and his jaws set, stubble grazing the edge of his glass. Those stormy blue eyes lock on me and my pulse skids. He's not the boy I knew. He's more dangerous somehow.
Watch it, girl.
Mustache guy snaps as my hand slips, wine splashing red across James's crisp white shirt, now splotched like a crime scene. The glass wobbles and I lunge to catch it, my boots slipping on the spilled wine. The tray crashes, and I'm falling, my heart lurching. A hand grabs my waist, steady as oak. James. His cedar and leather scent floods me, warm and grounding, his fingers firm through my dress.
Easy, Cricket.
He murmurs, his voice gravelly, a half-smile flickering, gone too fast. My breath hitches, my fingers brushing his chest, damp fabric clinging to his skin. Our eyes meet, and there's heat, anger maybe, or something softer, older, childhood promises we broke. I'm fine, I snap, pulling back, my cheeks burning. I kneel to clean the mess, my wavy brown hair falling loose, brushing my shoulders. My hands shake, scrubbing wine from the stone, and I feel him watching, his presence a weight. Sorry about your shirt, I mutter, not looking up.
Forget it.
He says low like he means it. He crouches, his knee brushing mine, and my skin sparks.
You okay?
His tone's gentle. I nod, standing, my skirt swishing. Across the yard, Gabriel's in the shadows, his eyes fixed on us, his hair falling into his face. He's still, broom in hand, but there's a tension in his jaw, like he's holding something back. Something's off, about him, about this house, but I can't pin it down. The air feels charged, like a storm's brewing, and I'm caught in the middle. James POV.
The glass falls and she's falling too, her boots skidding. I move before I think, catching her waist, her body soft under my hands. Her lavender and earth scent hits me, and my wolf growls, low and hungry. Easy, Cricket. I say, my voice rough, a half smile slipping out before I can stop it. Her fingers graze my chest, sparking through the wet fabric, and her eyes, hazel, flecked with gold, look hold mine. There's hurt there, old and raw, from when I left her behind.
I'm fine.
She snaps, pulling away, her cheeks pink. She kneels, scrubbing the spill, her hair falling like a curtain, and I'm stuck, watching her hands move, quick and stubborn. Forget it, I say, crouching beside her, my knee brushing hers. The contact's a mistake. My skin's too warm, my wolf too close. Guilt clawing at me for all the years I let her fade. The night's just starting, but Ava's spark is already pulling me in, and I'm not sure I can resist. Gabriel's POV.
Mansion's quiet now, the party's chaos faded like a bad dream. I'm in the servants' hall, the air heavy with wax and dust, my flannel sleeves rolled, calloused hands sorting linens by moonlight through a cracked window. My hair falls into my eyes and I push it back, my gaze catching my reflection, hollow cheeks, stubble tracing a jaw too sharp from nights without sleep. Ava's scent lingers in my blood, maddening my wolf since she walked into this damn mansion. It's a claw in my chest, urging me to claim her, to mate. But she's human. We don't mix not without breaking everything. I'm folding a sheet, my fingers rough against the cotton when her boots scuff the floor. She's here in a loose sweater and jeans, her hair tucked behind one ear, moonlight catching the gold flecks in her hazel eyes. At her lips press into a thin line like she's carrying the day's weight. My wolf surges, a growl I choke down, my ribs aching from the effort. I step back, keeping the table between us. Couldn't sleep? I ask, my voice low, raspy, like I've been swallowing gravel. I stack another sheet, my knuckles whitening, trying to focus on anything but her nearness.
Nope.
She leans against the wall, her arms crossed, the sweater slipping to show a collarbone that's too delicate for this place.
Party was a lot. You see that mess I made?
Her tone's light, but there's a tremor like she's still shaken from spilling wine on James. I nod, my jaw tight. I saw it, her fall, James catching her, their eyes locked. My wolf snarled, wanting to shove him away, but I stayed in the shadows, always one step behind. He handled it. I say softer, my eyes flicking to hers. She's close enough I can hear her heartbeat, steady but quick. And it's torture. She steps closer, her boots soft on the wood, and the air shifts, her scent wrapping around me like a noose.
You're always up late.
she says, tilting her head, a curl slipping free.
What's your deal, Gabriel?
Her voice is curious, but there's a challenge like she sees through my quiet. I swallow, my throat dry, and reach into my pocket, pulling out a leather cord with a rune pendant, etched stone, warm from my skin. For you, I say, holding it out, my fingers brushing hers as she takes it. Her touch is electric, sparking my wolf, and I pull back fast, my breath hitching. Old pack thing. Protection. I lie. It's a vow, a piece of me. But I can't tell her that. Not when she's human, not when James's cedar scent still clings to her from tonight. Her fingers trace the rune, her brow creasing, and I want to smooth it with my thumb, to pull her close and breathe her in.
Thanks.
She murmurs.
I need this protection.
She says, slipping it on, the pendant resting against her chest. My wolf howls, possessive, but I clench my fists, nails biting my palms.
But why do you care?
She asks, her eyes searching mine, and I'm drowning in them, gold flecks like stars. My heart's pounding, my wolf begging to close the gap, to taste her lips, to mark her as pack. But humans and wolves, it's forbidden, a curse that'd ruin her. I don't know, I say, my voice rough, turning back to the linens. My hands shake, folding too fast, and I feel her watching, her warmth of fire I can't touch. She lingers, then leaves, her boots fading down the hall. And I'm alone, my wolf raging, her scent still burning my lungs. Tomorrow I'll see her again, and I don't know how much longer I can fight this pull. Ava's POV.
The mansion's kitchen smells like coffee and grease, morning light slicing through the windows, glinting off pots hung like trophies. I'm scrubbing a skillet, my hands raw. The rune necklace Gabriel gave me last night warm against my chest. My loose tees tucked into jeans, my hair knotted high, a few curls sticking to my neck in this Virginia humidity. My eyes are tired, this place makes me question everything who I am, what I want.
Faster, Ava.
Mom calls, her apron stained, her voice sharp as she chops onions. I nod, my arms burning, but my mind's on James. He's been everywhere since the party, passing me in the hall, his dress shirt unbuttoned at the collar, veins threading his neck when he turns. Yesterday he stopped to help me carry a tray, his fingers brushing mine, sparking my skin, but maids don't get promises from heirs. I rinse the skillet, water splashing my wrists, and glance out the window. James is in the yard, talking to a groundskeeper, his jaw set like he's arguing. He's in a fitted tee now, the fabric hugging his arms, muscles flexing as he gestures. His stormy blue eyes flick my way, catching me staring, and my cheeks burn. I look down, my fingers tightening on the sponge, the necklace swaying, a reminder of Gabriel's gift, his protection, his secrets. Daydreaming again? Melanie teases, nudging me. She's another maid, her smile warm, but I shake my head, forcing a laugh. Just tired, I lie, drying my hands on my jeans, the denim worn soft. The kitchen door swings open, and James steps in, the air shifting, his cedar and leather scent cutting through the coffee.
Morning.
He says, his voice gravelly, like he hasn't slept either. His stubble's darker today, framing a half smile that's almost shy. He's holding a clipboard, probably checking party cleanup, but his eyes find mine, lingering on the necklace, then my face. Morning, I mumble, my heart kicking up. I grab a rag, wiping the counter, my movements quick, like I can outrun his gaze. He steps closer, his boots soft on the tile, and leans against the counter, his arm brushing mine. The contact's brief, but my skin hums, and I hate how aware I am of him, the way his fingers tap the clipboard, restless, the way his breath catches when I meet his eyes.
Rough night?
He asks, his tone light, but there's a weight, like he's fishing for more. His gaze drops to my hands, still red from scrubbing, and his brow creases like he sees too much. Just busy, I say, my voice sharp, guarding myself. I step back, my boots scuffing, and tuck a curl behind my ear, my fingers grazing the necklace. His eyes follow, narrowing.
Ava.
He starts, softer, but Mom calls me, breaking the moment. I turn, relief and regret mixing, and head to the sink, my heart pounding. James lingers, then leaves, his scent fading, but his presence clings. I'm drawn to his strength, his unexpected kindness, but I'm scared of falling for someone I can't have, of the shadows in this house I can't place. James POV.
The mansion's library, a quiet corner where the party's jazz can't reach. I'm slouched in a wingback chair, flipping through a ledger I don't care about. My hair's damp from the evening heat, sticking to my temples, and my eyes are restless, scanning the room. The oak shelves tower, heavy with books nobody reads, and the fireplace crackles, casting shadows on my stubbled jaw. I'm here to escape Mom's guests, their fake laughs still ringing in my ears, but my wolf's pacing, craving something real. Ava slips in, her boots soft on the rug, carrying a stack of linens like she's on a mission. Her loose tees tucked into jeans, the rune necklace glinting at her throat, and her hair's knotted messily. Her eyes flick to me, startled.
Didn't know you were here.
She says, her voice low, edged with that dry humor I'm starting to crave. Needed a break, I say, closing the ledger, my fingers tapping the cover, restless. You hiding too? I ask, a half smile tugging my lips, the one I don't show often. She sets the linens down, her hands quick, nails short from work.
Hiding's one word for it.
She mutters, leaning against a shelf, her sweater slipping to show a freckle on her shoulder.
Your mom's friends are, a lot.
Her tone's sharp, but there's a laugh under it, like she's daring me to agree. I chuckle, the sound rough, and lean forward, elbows on my knees, my shirt sleeves rolled, veins threading my forearms. They're vultures, I say, meeting her eyes. All this, I gesture at the mansion. It's just a show. Always has been. My voice drops, heavier than I mean, and I see her soften, her brow creasing like she gets it.
Must suck, being the main act.
She says, crossing her arms, the necklace swaying. Her gaze holds mine. Gold flecks in her eyes catching the fire, and my wolf stirs, drawn to her fire, her truth.
At least I can disappear. You're stuck.
Stuck's right, I admit, standing, my boots scuffing the rug. I step closer, the air warming between us, her lavender and earth scent hitting me like a shot. Used to think I could run this place my way, make it mean something, but it's like shouting into a void. I pause, my jaw tight, surprised I'm saying this. You ever feel that? Like you're fighting a machine? She nods, her fingers grazing the necklace, her breath catching.
Every day.
She says, softer.
Mom and I, we're just cogs here. Keep it shiny, keep it running, but nobody sees us.
Her voice cracks, old hurt leaking through, and I remember her as cricket, humming in the orchard, before I let her fade. I do, Ava. The words slip out raw and her eyes widen, her cheeks flushing. My hand twitches, wanting to touch her, but I shove it in my pocket, my knuckles brushing denim. She laughs, nervous, tucking a curl behind her ear.
Careful, Townsend. That's dangerous talk.
Her tone's teasing, but her eyes linger, searching, and my pulse kicks up. We're close now. The fire's heat on my skin, her scent pulling me in. Guess I'm feeling dangerous, I say, my voice low, a grin flickering. She shakes her head, smiling, and for a moment, it's just us, no mansion, no roles. But the clock chimes, loud and cold, and she steps back, the spell breaking.
Gotta finish these.
She says, grabbing the linens, her fingers trembling slightly. She leaves, her boots fading, and I'm left with her scent, my wolf howling for more. Gabriel's POV.
The mansion's garden is a maze of shadows, moonlight slicing through the lilac bushes. By the stone bench, my flannel untucked, my hair damp from a run, to calm my wolf. My hands, calloused from shovel work, grip a carved wooden charm, a wolf's head, as I wait for Ava. Her scent haunts me, a fire in my blood. My wolf wants her mate, claim now. But I shove it down. She's human, fragile, forbidden. I clenched my jaw, stubble rough, fighting the urge to shift. She appears, her boots crunching gravel, her oversized hoodie slipping off one shoulder, revealing a sliver of olive skin. Her wavy brown hair's loose, swaying as she walks, and her hazel eyes catch the moon, gold flecks like embers.
You're late.
She teases, sitting beside me, her warmth too close, her scent a blade in my chest. Had to clear my head, I say, my voice raspy, low, like I'm confessing. I hand her the charm, my fingers brushing hers, electric, and my wolf snarls, claws scraping my ribs. I made it for you. Old pack story. Wolves carved these for loyalty. My eyes hold hers, searching, and her lips part, soft and dangerous.
Thanks, Gabriel.
She murmurs, her fingers tracing the carving, her brow creasing.
You're full of stories, huh?
Her tone's light, but there's a pull like she wants more than I'm giving. Wolves mate for life. Loyal, no matter what. Even when it hurts, I say. My wolf's close, too close, it's heat in my veins. Packs everything, trust, blood, home. I pause, my knuckles whitening, thinking of James, of her with him, and my chest tightens. She tilts her head, the necklace glinting, and her scent floods me, wild and sweet.
Sounds intense.
She says, her voice soft, her hand resting near mine, too near.
You believe that? Loyalty over everything?
Always, I whisper, but the moon's too bright, her scent too strong. My skin burns, my bones ache, and my wolf surges, fur prickling under my skin. My eyes flash gold, a growl ripping free, and Ava gasps, scooting back, her hands trembling.
Gabriel?
Voice shakes with fear, of losing it, my claws lengthening, my breath ragged, my wolf howling to claim her. I stumble, my flannel tearing. My claws brushed lightly against her cheek, and she met my gaze. You are safe with me, Ava, I say, but I could say that she didn't believe me. James is here, his hand on my shoulder, strong, grounding.
Get it together.
He growls, his voice low, urgent, his grip bruising. His stormy blue eyes meet mine, a warning, and my wolf recoils. I wrench free, my body shifting, fur, claws, a gray wolf no one recognizes, and I bolt. Leaves crunching, the forest swallowing me. Ava's voice echoes, scared, confused, and I hate myself, my wolf whining, her scent still in my lungs. I run, the moon mocking me, knowing I almost broke her world. Ava's POV.
My heart pounded against my ribs as I watched Gabriel turning into a wolf and running into the shadows. The air still smelled like him, wild pine and smoke, when I felt another presence behind me. James.
Gabriel's complicated.
He pauses, his jaw tightening, like he's choosing words carefully.
You okay?
His tone's gentle, but there's a weight, like he's carrying guilt I don't understand. I nod, but my heart's racing, my lips pressing tight. He scared me, I admit, my voice small. Second he's talking about wolves, the next he's gone. I shiver.
Come with me.
He said, took my hand, and led me straight to attic. A chill on my skin, and James steps closer, his boots creaking, his warmth a shield.
He's not dangerous.
He says.
Just lost.
He sits beside me, our knees brushing, and my skin sparks, my breath catching.
I've known him forever. He's loyal, but he smells you. I can feel it.
His voice drops, raw, and I see it. Pain, old and deep.
Ever tell you about Alira?
His voice cracks, and my chest tightens, sensing something big.
She was everything. My mate. But I chose duty, pack, family, this damn house. Lost her.
His eyes are distant, stormy, and I want to touch him, to ease that hurt. I'm sorry, I whisper, my hand grazing his, electric, and he doesn't pull away. His skin's warm, rough, and my heart's pounding. I get it. Losing someone, it changes you. My voice trembles, thinking of Mom's struggles, my own invisible scars. He looks at me, really looks, his stubble framing a half smile.
You remind me of her, Ava.
He says low, his cedar scent wrapping around me. His eyes hold mine, fierce, and I'm falling, wanting him but scared of what it means. I am nobody, James, I said, my voice tight. The attic creaks, a reminder of the house's weight, and I stand, my sweater slipping, my heart torn. I should go, I murmur, my boots echoing softly across the floor as I step out of his chamber. James POV.
I'm still sitting on the crate where Ava left me, her words
We're different worlds.
echoing like a wound. I clench my fists, my stubbles rough, scraping my palm as I rub my jaw, my wolf winding for her, for the way her hazel eyes softened before fear pulled her away. Then I hear it, Mom's heels clicking up the stairs, sharp as a gavel, and my gut twists, knowing she saw Ava stepping out of my chamber. Her lips purse, a line of judgment.
James,
She says, her voice low, venomous.
what were you doing with that maid?
The word maid drips with disdain and my wolf bristles, a growl caught in my throat. Her name's Ava, I snap, standing, my boots heavy on the creaky floor. I step closer, my veins pulsing, my eyes locked on hers. It's none of your business. My voice is rough, raw from tonight's confession to Ava, from the way her touch sparked my skin. Mom laughs, sharp, like glass breaking.
Oh, it's my business.
She says, crossing her arms, her diamond bracelet glinting.
You're about to be alpha, James. The pack's watching. Riley, Mark, the elders. They don't want you leading, not with your father's shadow still hanging over us.
Her eyes narrow, her fingers tapping her elbow, restless.
And now you're chasing a servant. You're handing them a reason to tear you down.
My chest tightens, her words a blade cutting at the truth I've dodged. Uncle Riley smirks, Mark's cold stares. They're waiting for me to fail, to prove I'm not my father's son. My wolf snarls, hating the politics. I don't care what they think, I say, my voice low, dangerous. Ava's not just a servant, she's...
She's a liability.
She cuts me off, her eyes flashing, like she's alpha, not me.
The pack needs strength, unity, a Luna who can stand beside you, not scrub floors. If you choose her, Riley will rally the elders, Mark will spread poison, and you'll lose everything, pack, power, legacy.
Her voice softens, manipulative, her hand reaching for my arm. But I pull back, my skin crawling. Ain't touchy pie, I growl, my wolf close, its heat in my veins. My hands ball, knuckles white, and I think of Ava, her fear of our worlds apart. You don't get to decide who I love. The word slips out, raw, and Mom's eyes widen, then harden, like I've slapped her.
Love?
She scoffs, stepping back.
You're a fool, James. Love doesn't lead a pack. Blood does. Duty does.
She turns, her dress swishing, but pauses, her voice cold over her shoulder.
Choose her and you'll drag her down with you. The pack won't forgive a maid as Luna.
Her heels fade down the stairs, leaving her words like a noose. I sink onto the crate, my breath ragged, my fingers raking through my hair, tugging hard. My wolf howls, torn between Ava, her warmth, her truth, and the pack, the oath I'm days from swearing. Riley's whiskey breath, Mark's scheming eyes. They'll use Ava against me, paint her as weakness, a human in a wolf's world. My hand brushes the crate, where her warmth lingered. My wolf snarls, protective, but doubt creeps in. Can I shield her from Riley's plots, Mark's rumors, the elder's scorn? Or will loving her destroy us both? The attic creaks, the mansion's weight pressing down, and I stand, my boots scuffing, my tie loose, my heart a storm. I'm tearing apart, caught between blood and love. Gabriel's POV.
The full moon burns through Ava's window, silver light slicing the night, pulling my wolf like a tide. I'm outside her door, my flannel unbuttoned, sweat beating on my collarbone, my hair damp and falling into my eyes. Her lavender and earth scent seeps through the wood, maddening pulse in my veins, and my wolf howls to claim her, claws scraping my chest. I shouldn't be here, but the moon's too strong, her pull too fierce. My hand, calloused from work, clutches the door to open, a desperate act I can't stop. Ava's POV.
I kicked off my boots by the door, toes aching from running around all day. The hem of my shirt stuck to my lower back and my hair was a frizzy mess. I peeled the tea over my head and let out the kind of sigh that came from bone-deep exhaustion. The cabin was quiet except for the cicadas. My fingers slid to the button of my skirt just as the door creaked open behind me. I froze. "Gabriel?" My voice cracked like a branch underfoot. He stood in the doorway, moonlight catching the edges of his face. Sharp jaw, hollowed cheeks, those haunted gold eyes. Only this time, they weren't just gold. They were glowing, predatory, wild. His chest was rising fast and his nails, longer, curved. The wolf was close to the surface. "Gabriel," I whispered, arms instinctively flying to cover myself. He didn't answer, didn't blink, just stared, not at my face, not right away. His gaze swept over me, stuttering at my shoulder, then collarbone, then lower, where my hands trembled trying to hold what little modesty I had left. I should have run, but I didn't. My feet were rooted to the ground because something in his eyes said he didn't mean to be there, he was fighting it. He stepped forward, barefoot, shirt half untucked, eyes locked on mine like I was the only thing keeping him tethered to this world. He cupped my face with both hands, rough, calloused palms against my cheeks, grounding and electric all at once. Then, his mouth crashed against mine, desperate, wild, starving, like he'd been holding it in for years, and tonight, something had finally cracked wide open. My body leaned in before my mind could catch up. His body pressed into mine, heat on heat. I gasped, but I didn't pull away. My hands found his shirt, fingers tangled in his hair. He tasted like heat and fury and something I couldn't name. His lips devoured mine, his tongue sliding past the parting of my lips, claiming and coaxing all at once. I let out a broken sound, fueling his hunger. My knees buckled by the force of him, and he caught me effortlessly, one arm wrapping around my waist, the other, still at my face, tilting me so he could deepen the kiss. His hands moved to my hips, exploring like a map, and I burned, ached. My humanity slipped away under him. I wasn't thinking of rules or lines. And then, I saw him. Through the window. James. Watching. His eyes weren't human anymore either. They glowed with that same golden fire, but his were sharp. Possessive. Dangerous. The kiss broke like a mirror shattering. I stumbled back, lips tingling, heart jackhammering. Gabriel's breath hitched. He glanced at James, then back at me. He didn't flinch, didn't growl, just wiped his mouth with the back of his hand like he needed to erase the moment.
"Good night, Ava."
He murmured, voice low. He walked past me without looking back, brushing my shoulder like an apology he didn't have the right to give. And just like that, he was gone. The door clicked shut behind him. I stood in the middle of the room, skirt undone, shirt still on the floor, skin flushed, heart thundering like it wanted out of my chest. I pressed a hand over it and stared at the trees where James had stood. But he was gone too. All that was left was the moonlight and the weight of everything we didn't say. James POV.
I saw them. Gabriel and Ava, their lips locked, her hands on his shirt, his pine scent all over her. My wolf howls, gold flashing in my stormy eyes, possessive, betrayed. Mom's words from the attic.
Alphas don't choose maids.
But Ava's all I want, and I'm losing her. The cabin door's ajar and I step inside, the wood groaning under my weight. Ava stood there, her blouse loose, the rune necklace Gabriel gave her catching the moonlight like a scar I couldn't ignore. I stepped forward, heart pounding, and in a breathless moment of impulse, I yanked the necklace from her neck, desperate to erase him. It slipped from my fingers and hit the floor with a soft clink. Her eyes widened, gold flecks flashing.
What the hell?
She whispers, her lips swollen from Gabriel's kiss. The air's thick with her scent, mixed with his, and it's a knife in my gut. What were you doing with Gabriel? I demand, my voice low, rough, my hand shooting up to grab her wrist, her skin warm under my calloused fingers. She yanks free, her eyes flashing, her boots scuffing the floor.
Didn't you see?
She spits, her voice sharp, cutting.
I was kissing him.
Her words hit like a punch, and my wolf roars, jealousy searing my veins. I step closer, my eyes blazing with fury, my hand shot up, grabbing her chin, forcing her to meet my gaze. "Who thinks that's okay?" I growl, my jaw tight, stubble sharp in the dim light. Kissing him, right where I can see. My voice cracks, raw, the image of her hands on him burning my mind.
You don't own me, James. I'm not some pack prize you get to claim.
Her eyes glisten, tears threatening, and my chest tightens, wanting to pull her close, to erase Gabriel's touch. "I don't want to own you," I say, my voice low, aching. My fingers ease their hold on her chin, gentler now, desperate for her to see the truth in me. "I love you, Ava." My voice breaks, my eyes search hers, pleading, my heart bleeding. She shoves me away, her hands firm on my chest, my flannel damp under her palms.
No.
She whispers, tears spilling, her voice cracking.
I'm a maid, James. You're the alpha, or you will be. The world, your pack, your mom, everyone won't let this happen.
Her curls tremble, her hazel eyes raw, gold flecks like embers.
Social differences, societal barriers, they'll tear us apart, you know it.
Her words are a blade slicing the hope I've clung to, and my wolf howls, wounded. "I don't care," I mutter, my voice rough, my hands shaking as I step back, my boots scuffing. "Oh, I'd burn it all down for you." But her eyes harden, her lips pressing tight. And I see it. Fear. Not of me, but of what loving me would cost her. My chest fractures, my love for her a weight I can't carry alone. She says, her voice small, turning away, her blouse swaying, the necklace catching the moonlight.
Please, James.
Her shoulders shake, and I'm gutted, my wolf silent, my heart shattered. I stand there, frozen, my breath heavy, then turn, my boots thudding on the wood, Ava's scent fading, replaced by the ache of her rejection. I'm heartbroken, and not even alpha yet, the pack's shadow heavier than ever.
My loose flannel blouse hangs untucked, the rune necklace from Gabriel was on the floor, James was walking away, my hands trembling as I clutch the blouse tighter. My eyes burn, raw from tears I've held back. Then I see her, Mom, standing in the doorway, her faded apron tied tight, her gray-streaked hair pulled into a severe bun. Her eyes, hazel like mine but harder, linger on my disheveled blouse. My clouded eyes then flick to James. Narrowing with fury, she masks with a stiff bow.
Alpha.
She whispers, her voice low, deferential, but it's a lie, her knuckles white on the doorframe. James nods, his jaw tight, stubble sharp in the dim light, and leaves. Mom steps inside, her presence a weight, the air shifting, heavy with wax and worry. She clutches my blouse, her fingers rough from years of scrubbing, yanking the fabric straight.
What was James doing in your room at this hour?
She demands, her voice sharp, cutting through the quiet. Her eyes dart to the wall clock. 2 a.m. The hands stark against the worn wood, and her lips purse, anger flashing.
Do you know what time it is, Ava?
I pull back, my boots scuffing the rug, my curls trembling. We were talking, I say, my voice shaky, the lie thin. I swallow hard, Gabriel's kiss, his lips hungry, his pine scent overwhelming, still burning my lips. And now James's confession, his touch on my cheek, layers guilt on guilt. It's not what you think, I add, but my cheeks flush, betraying me. Mom's gaze burns into me, her apron crinkling as she crosses her arms.
Not what I think.
She snaps, stepping closer, her shadow looming.
You're a maid, Ava, and he's about to be alpha. You think I don't see how you look at him, how he looks at you?
Her voice cracks raw, and I see fear, deep and old, in the lines around her eyes.
You don't know how cruel they are, girl. The pack, his mother, they'll do anything to shove you away from him.
Her hands shake, gripping my shoulders, her nails biting through my blouse.
Mrs. Townsend will make him alpha at any cost, even if it means your death.
Her words hit like a blade, stealing my breath, the cabin's walls closing in. I think of Mrs. Townsend's icy gaze in the attic, Riley's smirks, Mark's cold eyes, waiting for James to fall. My eyes widen, my heart races, the weight of reality pressing down on me. They wouldn't... I start, but Mom cuts me off, her voice low, urgent.
They would.
She says, her grip tightening, her apron's faint bleach scent stinging my nose.
Elira disappeared. No one knows what happened to her. She was James' mate from a lower background. And you are a servant, Ava. Don't forget that.
Her eyes glisten, tears she won't shed. And I remember her stories, whispered late at night, of maids cast out, of pack justice, swift and brutal.
James's mother, she's ruthless. She'll crush you to secure his place to keep the pack pure.
Her voice drops, a warning.
You stay away from him, Ava. Never see him again.
I shake my head, tears spilling, my curls brushing my cheeks. But Mom's eyes harden, her hands dropping.
He's one of them.
She says, cold, stepping back.
And you're human, Ava. You don't belong in their world.
She turns, her boots soft on the rug. The door closes, her footsteps fading, and I'm alone, the lantern flickering, the moonlight cold through the window. I sink onto the bed, my blouse crumpling. I picked up the necklace from the floor, my fingers tracing its carvings, Gabriel's gift a faint comfort. Mom's warning echoes. The pack's cruelty, Mrs. Townsend's ruthlessness, the danger of loving James. I see his stormy blue eyes, pleading, and my heart screams to stay, to fight for him. But the social barriers made human, nothing in their eyes, are too high, the pack's threat too real. I pull the wolf charm from my pocket, its edges warm, and clutch it tight, tears streaming. The ballroom's a gilded cage, chandeliers glittering like stars I'll never reach, their light bouncing off gold-trimmed walls. I'm tucked in the back, my gray blouse tucked into worn jeans, my mind drifting to James. Today is his oath ceremony, James's rage, his desperation. My eyes sting, raw from tears I haven't let fall. What choice did I really have? I'm not the birthright of Alpha James. I wasn't raised in power or privilege, and no moon goddess ever whispered my name in prophecy. I was just a girl who stumbled into this world, barefoot, bruised, and wide-eyed. And now, standing here, I thought I understood. I'm expected to pick a side like it's as simple as night or day. I decide to walk away from James and stay with Gabriel before I ruin everything. I grip a tray of empty wine glasses, the clink drowned by the pack's murmurs as James takes his alpha oath. I'm just the maid, invisible, but my heart's pounding, tied to him in ways I can't untangle. James stands on the dais, his black suit sharp, tie loose, veins threading his wrists as he faces the elder, a grizzled man with a wolf-carved bronze ring. His sandy blonde hair catches the light, tousled like he's been fighting the world, and his stubbled jaw set, resolute. The elder's voice booms.
James Townsend, you swear to lease to protect to bleed for the pack.
The crowd, pack leaders, relatives, Mrs. Townsend in her silk dress watches, their eyes sharp. Uncle Riley's whiskey glass glints, his smirk cold, while Cousin Mark's stare is venomous, jealousy rolling off them like smoke. They don't want him as alpha, and I feel it, a chill in my bones, knowing I'm part of their ammunition.
I swear.
James says, his voice gravelly, echoing raw, and my chest tightens, pride and pain mixing. The ring slides on, heavy, binding, and the pack cheers, but it's forced. Riley's clap slow, Mark's eyes narrowing. Mrs. Townsend's smile is tight, her brown curls pinned like her control, her gaze flicking to me, hateful, as if I'm the threat. I look away, my boots scuffing the parquet, the tray trembling in my hands. James's cedar and leather scent lingers in my memory, his touch from last night, his fingers on my cheek, pleading, burning my skin. The ceremony ends, and I slip out, the mansion's halls quiet, the air heavy with polish and expectation. I'm in the foyer, wiping a marble banister, my rag damp, my arms aching. The wolf charm from Gabriel presses into my pocket, a quiet ache beside James's words.
I'd burn it all down for you.
I want to believe him, but his mother's voice
Alphas don't choose maids.
and the pack's judgment are louder, carving a gap I can't cross. My eyes blur, tears threatening, and I scrub harder like I can erase the hurt. Footsteps echo and James is there, his suit jacket gone, sleeves rolled, veins pulsing in his forearms as he moves toward me.
Stop, Ava.
He says, his voice low, urgent, catching my hand, his skin's warm, calloused, and my breath catches the rag falling to the floor.
You don't need to do this, Ava.
His stormy blue eyes search mine, fierce, protective, his cedar scent wrapping around me, pulling me in. It's my duty, I say, my voice sharp, pulling back, my blouse tugging loose, my curls slip, brushing my cheek, and I meet his gaze, gold flecks in my eyes catching the chandelier's light. You're alpha now, James. You can't change what I am. My words tremble, fear and love tangling, the social barriers. Maid, alpha, human, wolf, towering between us.
Damn it, Ava.
He mutters, stepping closer, his boots soft, his breath warm on my face.
I don't care about duty. I care about you.
His voice cracks, raw, and my heart lurches, wanting to fall into him, but Mark's voice cuts through, slimy from the shadows.
Well, isn't this sweet?
Mark leans against the staircase, his suit too tight, a smirk curling his lips, his whiskey glass glinting.
The alpha and the maid all cozy.
His eyes glint, predatory, and my stomach twists, knowing he's been watching. Waiting.
Well, I wonder what the pack'll think of this.
He laughs, low, and I bristle, my hands shaking, the necklace swaying.
Get out, Mark.
James growls, his voice deadly, stepping toward him, veins popping in his neck. But Mark just shrugs, sauntering off, his laughter echoing, and I feel the rumors spreading, poison in the air. The staff's whispers start, Melanie's eyes darting, another maid's frown, and Mrs. Townsend's heels click nearby, her gaze like ice. The pressures await, crushing me, the pack's scrutiny, the staff's judgment, all because I dared to love him. James turns back, his eyes softening, but I step away, my boots heavy, my heart fracturing. This is why, I whisper, tears spilling, my voice breaking. Yumi, we can't stay. His face falls, his hand reaching, but I shake my head, my curls trembling. Your pack needs you, James. They'll destroy you if I stay. The words gut me, the truth of our worlds, his power, my place, too sharp to ignore. I turn, my rag forgotten, and head to my cabin, the moonlight cold on my skin. Mark's rumors will spread, Riley's plotting will worsen, and Mrs. Townsend's hatred will burn hotter. I can't let James lose his pack, his legacy. For me, a maid, a human, nothing in their eyes. My fingers clutch the necklace. Gabriel's gift, a faint comfort, but it's not enough. I'll leave tomorrow morning, slip away before dawn to protect him, to save him from the backlash my closeness would bring. Gabriel's POV.
The full moon burns over the Townsend estate, tugging my wolf like a tide. James's alpha oath still echoes. Cheers, whiskey, betrayal in Riley's smirk. But it's her scent that drowns it all. Ava. She was in her cabin, safe, unmarked, untouched, human. But that scent, hers, it wasn't just sweet, it was mine. It's a fire in my veins, maddening since I kissed her, since I smelled her for the first time. I tried to walk away. God knows I did. I paced the grounds like a madman, clawing at the edge of control, digging my nails into the bark of a pine tree until the bark bled. But it wasn't enough. I could feel her under my skin, like her breath was in my lungs, like her heartbeat was synced to mine. I ended up outside her door before I knew how I'd even gotten there. My knuckles hovered. I didn't want to knock. I wanted to burst in, claim her, protect her, wrap her up in me and never let go. But I knocked, once, and then the door creaked open. She stood there barefoot, her sleep shirt barely brushing her thighs. Her hair was messied in that way that should be illegal. Her phone was still in her hand, but she wasn't looking at it anymore. She was looking at me.
Gabriel?
She whispered, "Just my name." But it wrecked me. God, her voice was soft, like a song I didn't know I needed. I stepped inside without thinking. The air shifted around us. Tension snapped tight. "Your scent, Hava," I said, my voice thick and raw. "It hits me like a damn truck. It drives me mad." My wolf surges, claws scraping my ribs, and I close the distance, my boots soft on the rug. Her breath catches, her fingers tightening on her phone, her brows knit together.
What are you saying?
She asks, her voice trembling, stepping back. I stepped forward, watching the way her breath caught. Her chest rose like she was trying to hold back a tidal wave. I raised my hand, my rough palms grazing her cheeks. "Do you trust me, Eva?" Before she could say anything, I kiss her, hungry, desperate, like she's the only thing keeping me sane. Her lips are soft. Soft it undoes me. I drink her in like a man starved for days. Like I've been crawling through a desert just to taste this moment. My wolf roars in my chest, heat flooding my veins, drowning every ounce of control I have left. She hesitates. Flicker of fear and uncertainty. But then she leans into it, barely, just a breath, but enough. And I can't stop, not now. My fingers brushed the hem of her shirt. I slid beneath it, slow, testing the boundaries I wasn't sure she even knew we had. When I found her thigh, warm and soft under my hand, she gasped my name.
Gabriel.
But I wasn't listening. Not because I didn't care, because I cared too much. My wolf was clawing at my insides. My skin was burning. She smelled like wild honey and something holy. And I needed her. In a heartbeat, I lifted her. She gasped, arms curling instinctively around my shoulders. I laid her gently on the bed, every muscle in my body trembling with restraint. I hovered over her, hands braced on either side of her shoulder, my body shaking, heart pounding. "You're mine," I whispered, brushing a kiss to her forehead. "You're my fated mate, Eva. I feel it in every damn cell of my body." My fingers curled, claws extending without my permission. I reached under her blouse. The fabric gave way with the sound of tearing cotton. She flinched, but not from fear. Her eyes were wide, curious, lit with something that mirrored my own fire. I kissed her again, deep and slow. Her lips parted for me, inviting me in. My hands sliding to her waist, fingers tracing the curve of her hips. She arched into me, her hands tangling in my hair, her breath hot against my cheek. We were fire, skin to skin, breath to breath. But then instinct took over. I felt it, a pull deep in my gut. I wanted to mark her, to claim her. But she was human, dangerous. I should have known. My control slipped, my teeth grazing her neck, and in a flash of moon-driven madness, I sink my teeth in deep, to claim her. And everything shattered. She screamed, not in passion, not in pleasure, in pain. Her body jerks violently in my arms. I taste blood, metallic and warm. Her nails claw at my back. My heart stopped. I pull back instantly, too late. "Ava!" I catch her before she falls. No, stay with me, Ava." Her body trembles, her eyes rolled back, her skin was burning hot. I could feel her bones shifting beneath her. Her breath was short and fast and wrong. I held her tighter, tears spilling down my face before I even noticed them. I didn't mean to do it like this," I whispered into her hair. "I was supposed to mark you, not change you." She whimpered in my arms, her hands clutching at me like I was the only thing anchoring her to this world. I laid her back gently, brushing her hair from her face. Her body trembled. Her transformation had begun. And it was my fault. I kissed her brow again, this time with nothing but regret. "I'm here," I whispered. "I'll fix this. I swear, on the moon, Ava. I'll never let you go." Ava's POV.
My body's a furnace, every nerve screaming like my bones are cracking from the inside. I wake in my cabin, the air thick with pine and cedar, the lantern's glow stabbing my eyes like shards of glass. My eyes flutter open, blurry, catching gold flecks in the dim light, and my hands clutch the blanket, trembling like leaves in a storm. My shoulder throbs, a raw ache where Gabriel's teeth grazed my skin, the searing pain, flashing in my fevered mind. Something's wrong with me, something changed, and my heart pounds, confusion choking my throat. A crash jolts me upright, my breath hitching. James has Gabriel pinned against the wall, his faded tee stretched tight across his shoulders, veins bulging in his forearms as he grips Gabriel's collar, slamming him hard enough to rattle the wood. His hair's tousled, falling into his stormy eyes, blazing with fury, his stubble sharp in the lantern's flicker. Gabriel's apologetic, not fighting back. His pine and earth scent mixes with James's cedar and leather musk, filling the room, overwhelming my sharpened senses. My head spins, the world too loud, too bright, like my body's not mine anymore.
The hell did you do this?
James roars, his voice raw, shaking with rage, his knuckles white against Gabriel's collar.
You had no right.
His eyes flash gold, his wolf close, and my chest tightens, fear and heat surging through me. Gabriel's voice is low, broken.
I didn't mean to turn her.
He says, his hands limp at his sides, his jaw tight with guilt.
I lost control, James. The moon, her scent.
He stops, his eyes glistening, and my stomach twists, remembering his kiss, his teeth, the pain that followed.
Eva, you're awake.
Gabriel says, his voice soft, urgent, spotting me. He pulls free from James, rushing to my side, his boots soft on the rug. He kneels, his calloused hand brushing my curls, his touch gentle but heavy with regret. His pine scent washes over me, familiar yet jarring, and his eyes search mine, pleading.
I'm so sorry.
What happened? I croak, my throat dry, my voice trembling. My shoulder burns, blood crusted under torn fabric, and my body feels wrong, too sensitive, too alive. I clutch the edge of the bed, its edges biting my palm, grounding me as my eyes dart between them. What's happening to me? My words shake, tears stinging, and I hate how small I sound, how lost. James steps forward, his boots heavy, his fury softening as he sits on the bed's edge, his hand taking mine, warm and steady.
Eva,
He says, his voice low, gentle, though anger simmers beneath.
Gabriel, he turned you into a werewolf.
His stormy blue eyes hold mine, fierce but pained, his cedar scent grounding me.
You're not human anymore.
Werewolf? I whisper, my voice cracking, my curls trembling as I shake my head. The word feels impossible, a nightmare. I'm like you? My hazel eyes widen, gold flecks catching the light, and my heart races, memories of Gabriel's bite, his lips, his claws, his desperate claim, flooding back. Why are you acting like I'm cursed? My voice rises, sharp, confusion drowning me. Why is this so bad? James's jaw tightened, his stubble catching the shadows.
It's dangerous.
He says, his voice thick.
Humans don't usually survive the change. It's painful, risky, and the pack.
He stops, his hand squeezing mine, his knuckles rough.
They won't accept a turned human easily. Gabriel took your choice away.
His eyes flick to Gabriel, blazing again, and my chest aches, torn between their anger, their care. Gabriel's hand brushes my arm, his flannel sleeve grazing my skin, sparking my fevered nerves.
Please forgive me, Eva.
He begs, his voice breaking, his eyes glistening with tears.
I never meant to hurt you. I thought you were my mate.
His words crack, raw, and I see his pain, his love, etched in the lines of his face. My heart lurches, remembering his kiss, the way he held me, but the pain, the change, clouds it all. I didn't reply, tears spilling down my cheeks. My hands shake, clutching the blanket. I don't understand any of this, Gabriel, I said finally. My body's fire surges, my shoulder throbbing, and I flinch, a whimper escaping. James' hand tightens, his warmth a lifeline, but Gabriel's guilt, his touch, pulls me too, and I'm caught, drowning in their conflict, in the monster I'm becoming. James stands, his boots scuffing, his eyes softening as he looks at me.
I'll get through this.
He says, his voice firm, a promise.
I'll help you control it.
He glares at Gabriel, his voice low, deadly.
But you stay away from her.
Gabriel nods, his shoulders slumping, his flannel creased, and I feel his pain, his love, like a weight. The lantern flickers, the cabin's walls closing in, and my fever spikes, my vision blurring. I'm a werewolf, a stranger in my own skin, and they're fighting over me, for me, but I'm lost, torn between James's strength and Gabriel's regret, between love and fear. James POV.
The training grounds are alive with dawn's light. Ava stands before me, her tank top damp with sweat, her wavy brown curls tied back, a few strands clinging to her sweat-slicked neck. Her hazel eyes are fierce, gold flecks glinting, but there's fear too in the way her hands tremble, clutching a water bottle. Since Gabriel turned her, she's been fighting her wolf, and as alpha it's my job to guide her, but it's more. Her pain guts me, her strength pulls me, and my wolf howls, wanting her as my mate, despite the mess with Gabriel. Focus, I say, my voice steady, my faded jeans scuffed from kneeling, my hair tousled, my stubble rough as I wipe sweat from my brow, veins pulsing in my forearms. Feel your wolf, Ava. Let it out. She nods, her lips pressing tight, determined. She closes her eyes, her breath hitching, and her body shimmers, fur sprouting, limbs lengthening. But she falters, gasping, collapsing to her knees.
Damn it.
She mutters, her voice raw, her knuckles white on the bottle. My wolf whines, hating her struggle, and I kneel beside her, my hand on her shoulder, warm through her tank top. You're getting there, I say, my voice soft, my fingers lingering, sparking my skin. It's hard, but you're strong. Her eyes meet mine, fierce but scared, and my heart kicks, love and anger mixing, anger at Gabriel, at the pack, at the world keeping us apart. From the tree line, Gabriel watches, his flannel loose, his hair falling into his eyes, his jaw tight with guilt. His pine scent drifts, and my wolf bristles, remembering his bite. Keep your distance, I growl low, my eyes flashing gold, and he nods, stepping back, his gaze on Ava heavy with regret. Again, I tell her, standing, my boots crunching gravel. She tries, her body shimmering, holding wolf form for seconds before reverting, sweat beading on her forehead. Good, I say, a half smile breaking, rare and real. You're tougher than most. She laughs, shaky, wiping her brow, her curls slipping loose.
Tougher than you?
She teases, her voice light, but her eyes linger, pulling me in. The air's charged, our chemistry afire, but her fear, Gabriel's bite, the pack's rules, hovers like a storm. By dusk we're exhausted, sitting under an oak, the lake glinting nearby. This world, I say, my voice gravelly, my knuckles clenched. It's brutal. Gabriel's bite, it's dangerous, Ava. A human turning, it's rare, risky. My eyes drop, guilt clawing me for not protecting her, for loving her when it's forbidden. Her hands brushes mine, her fingers rough, warm.
I'm scared, James.
She admits, her voice soft, her curls brushing her cheek.
But you're here, helping me out.
Her eyes search mine, gold flecks like stars, and my wolf howls, needing her. I always will, because I love you, I say, the words raw, slipping out under the rising full moon. Always have. My voice cracks, my hand cupping her cheek, her warmth grounding me. I don't care about the pack, the rules. You're my mate. Her breath hitches, tears shimmering in her lashes.
James. I don't even know what to say.
She murmurs, voice trembling. It's okay, Ava. You don't need to decide now, I say. Gabriel's POV.
The moon hung high above the tree line like it was watching, judging, or maybe it was mourning, because deep down, I knew something was about to change. I'd seen Ava train with James earlier, the way she moved now, stronger, more confident, but still her. Still the girl who laughed with her whole body. Still the girl who bit her lower lip when she was nervous. Still the girl who trusted me first when she shouldn't have. That trust was now a ghost between us, haunting me. I couldn't stop thinking about that night, the way I bit her, not meaning to. The way she screamed and then went still in my arms, like a flower folding at dusk. I nearly lost her. I leaned my head against the cabin door, heart racing. I needed to leave, needed to walk away before I did something I couldn't undo. But I didn't. Instead, I opened the door. She was standing by the window, wrapped in a loose, gray knit sweater that hung off one shoulder. Her hair was damp, probably fresh from a shower, curling slightly at the ends. Bare legs, bare feet, eyes that widened when they met mine.
Gabriel.
She breathed, and it hit me, like a punch in the gut, how much I missed hearing my name on her lips. Didn't mean to interrupt, I said, though my voice sounded rougher than I meant it to.
You didn't.
She said, almost too quickly. Silence stretched. She took a step closer, her fingers nervously tangled in the hem of her sweater.
You look tired.
I smiled, but it didn't reach my eyes. Haven't been sleeping much. She nodded.
Me either.
Another pause. The air between us crackled. My eyes fell to the side of her neck, right where I'd sunk my teeth. The mark had faded now, mostly hidden, but I could feel it like it was still on my tongue. That moment, the scream, the way her body went limp, it haunts me. I ruined you, I whispered, the night I bit you. I should have protected you from all of this, from me. But she shook her head, eyes wild.
Gabriel.
No, I stepped forward, close enough to see the goosebumps rising along her collarbone. I changed you, without asking, without knowing what it had cost. I don't get to love you after that. Her lips parted like she was going to say something. Defend me, forgive me, God, that would have been worse. I want you to stay with James, I said, my voice barely holding. He's better than me, in every way. Her eyes filled and I saw her shoulders fold in like someone had just taken the wind from her lungs. He can give you peace, I continued, stepping closer until I could feel the heat of her breath. He can give you a name, a future, a bed that isn't haunted. She stood frozen, trembling. I cupped her jaw gently, letting my thumb brush the edge of her cheekbone. Her skin was soft, still warm, still mine in a way that hurt too much to say out loud. I've always wanted you, I whispered. And then I kissed her forehead. Not her lips, just her forehead like a goodbye. Then I turned, hand on the door, fighting every muscle in my body that screamed to stay. I love you, Ava, I said, not turning back. But that love is the kind that lets you go. And I walked out into the night. The moon was still watching. But this time, I swear, it wept with me. Ava's POV?
The air that night tasted like promise and fire. Gabriel's whisper lingers, urging me to stay with James, each word a weight pressing on my heart. I stood barefoot in the doorway to James' room, wearing one of my oversized sweatshirts that smelled like cedar wood and campfire. I could feel his eyes on me before I even looked up. He was sitting on the edge of the bed, shirt unbuttoned, elbows on his knees, hands clasped tight like he was holding himself together. The soft glow of the bedside lamp cast golden light across his bare chest, all sculpted lines and quiet strength. His dark hair was slightly damp, curling at the edges, and his eyes, those steel blue eyes, locked on me like I was gravity. I stepped in and shut the door behind me. I've decided, James, I said, voice low. I want to stay with you. His eyes flicked to mine, a flicker of hope and longing. I walked over slowly, like my body already knew where this was going, but my heart hadn't caught up. His hand reached out, fingers curling loosely around my wrist as I passed him. I stopped. He stood, towering over me now, our bodies just inches apart. I could see the muscle in his jaw flex as he swallowed hard.
You have no idea how long I waited to hear this,
he said. His mouth was on mine before I could breathe, slow at first, like he was memorizing me, then deeper, more urgent, until I couldn't think straight. I kissed him back with everything I had, like I was trying to make up for all the times I'd pretended not to feel this. His hands were on my waist, then under the hem of his sweatshirt I wore, fingertips grazing skin. I grabbed the collar of his half-buttoned shirt and yanked hard, the buttons scattered across the floor like tiny echoes of my recklessness. He laughed, surprised, but it faded into a low growl as I pressed myself into him.
You have no idea what you do to me.
He breathed against my mouth. Really? I teased.
Wanna see?
He asked, pulling me towards the bed. He guided me gently onto the bed, shifting me forward onto my hands and knees, like I was something fragile and wild all at once. My fingers tangled in the sheets, gripping them as I felt his presence behind me. Solid, warm, reverent. His palm splayed across the small of my back, grounding me. James leaned in close, his chest flush with my back, his voice rough in my ear.
Tell me to stop, Ava, and I will.
I didn't. Instead, I turned slightly, just enough to look over my shoulder and whisper, "Don't you dare." His hand slid into my hair, fingers curling gently at first, then with more urgency, tugging me back toward him. My breath hitched. I could feel his heart racing against my spine. This wasn't just lust. It wasn't just instinct. It was everything we hadn't said, everything we'd buried behind training and duty and fear. He kissed the back of my neck, his lips, feather-light, before trailing lower. Slow, worshipful, like he was mapping me with reverence and restraint. I felt him tremble. James Townsend, the alpha, was trembling.
You're mine.
He said almost like a prayer.
I'm yours.
And with that we shuddered. Not into chaos, but into something beautiful. Something real. Every brush of his skin against mine was like poetry written in the dark. We moved together like we'd done it 100 times in another life. I felt his breath against my shoulder, his fingers trailing my spine, the way he kissed my hip like it was sacred. The moonlight wrapped around us like a secret, only it knew the truth of what we were becoming. When we were finally exhausted, he pulled me close, wrapping me in the cocoon of his arms. I curled against his chest, skin flushed, heart still racing. He looked down at me, brushing a damp strand of hair from my cheek.
You scare me.
He said softly. I blinked.
Because I don't know how to love you halfway.
I reached up and touched his face, my thumb tracing the corner of his mouth. You don't have to. James's POV.
Tangled in each other's arm. Our bond sealed under the full moon. Her skin's warm against mine. Her wavy brown curls splayed on the pillow. The rune necklace glinting at her collar. My faded tees on the floor, torn in our passion, her sweater beside it, a silent testament to our love. My scent mingles with her, my hand resting on her waist, her heartbeat steady under my palm. My hair's damp, my stubble rough as I press my lips to her forehead. My wolf content, knowing she's mine, marked not with a bite, but with our vow. A low growl rumbles from Ava, her body tensing, her hazel eyes snapping open, glowing gold, wild. Her wolf's awake, untamed, and my heart seizes, sensing the shift. Ava, I whisper, my voice low, but she snarls, her nails lengthening, clawing the blanket, her breath ragged. Before I can move, she lunges, her hands pinning my shoulders, her skin feral, her eyes unrecognizing pain, sears my arm as her claws rake my skin, blood welling, and my wolf bristles, fighting to protect. Not harm. Ava, stop, I yell, my voice cracking, grabbing her wrists, her skin hot, trembling. She's too strong, her wolf unleashed, and my breath catches, fear spiking. Not for me, but for her. Her teeth bare, inches from my throat, and my vision blurs, face facing as her claws dig deeper. The door crashes open. Gabriel is there, his flannel loose, his hair falling into his eyes. In a flash, he crosses the room, pulling her off me, his body pressed against hers into the cabin wall, chest to chest, forehead to forehead, his hands calming her thrashing.
Look at me.
He whispered. She looks up at him and her rage disappears. Her growls soften, her eyes flickering, human again, and she collapses, trembling, in his arms. My stomach twisted. I should have been relieved, but I wasn't. It was him. Gabriel. The same man who turned her, the same man who saved my life, the same man whose eyes didn't just see her, they knew her. And the worst part, she knew him back. I stagger up, blood dripping, my arm burning, my wolf whining. Gabrielle's eyes flick to the torn clothes, my tea, her sweater, on the floor, and his jaw tightens, realization dawning. My chest tightens, knowing his love for her, his bite that turned her. But Ava's mine, and I won't apologize. You okay? I asked her, my voice strained. She nodded against his chest.
I don't know what happened.
Gabriel glanced at me, his hands gentle on Ava as he lays her back, her breathing shallow.
She needs help.
He said. I nodded. We all do. We rode in silence. The truck's headlights carved a path through the night as we drove deep into the pines, further than I'd ever gone. Ava sat between us, wrapped in one of my flannels, her eyes red and distant. Gabriel sat with his hands clasped tight, knuckles white. I hated how still he was, like he belonged in chaos. We stopped at a crooked cabin built into the side of a mountain. Smoke drifted from the chimney, thick and sweet. The scent of dried herbs clung to the air, and something about it made the wolf in me tense. The witch was waiting. She was old, maybe ancient, with long white braids that hung past her hips, and a gaze that felt like it could skin a man's soul.
You brought me broken threads.
She rasped, ushering us in with a crooked finger.
Come in before the stars shift.
Inside was dim. Candles lined the shelves, and jars filled with strange liquids flickered with light. Ava sat on a cushion by the fire. Gabriel stayed by the door. I stood arms crossed, trying not to feel like the floor was disappearing beneath me. The witch moved like smoke, smooth, quiet, unsettling. She looked at Ava.
You're bound to both of them.
Ava blinked.
What?
She pointed a crooked finger at me.
By right, by strength.
Then to Gabriel.
By blood, by fate.
Gabriel didn't flinch, but I saw it. The way his jaw ticked, the way his hands curled. And then the witch spoke the words that chilled me to the marrow.
2 wolves. 1 heart. 1 will fall.
Ava's breath hitched.
What does that mean?
It means
The witch said, pouring black tea into a chipped cup.
that you are the light that holds 2 shadows, but shadows do not share. Only one stays, the other falls.
The silence that followed was suffocating. My heart pounded in my chest, but my body felt cold.
I won't let that happen.
Ava whispered, voice shaking. Gabriel finally stepped forward,
We'll find a way.
but even as he said it, I knew. I knew what this was. It was a line drawn in blood, 1 heart, 1 fate. And somehow, I was already losing. Later that night, I stood outside the cabin, watching the moon carve silver across the clearing. Ava was asleep inside. I'd pulled the blanket up around her shoulders, watched her chest rise and fall. She looked so small, so human. I wanted to crawl in beside her, hold her like she was mine. But she wasn't. Not fully. Maybe not ever. Gabriel walked out and stood beside me. For a long moment, we didn't speak. You saved my life. And hers. You've earned your place. I started quietly. I turned to him. That's why I'm making you beta. He froze.
What?
If we're going to survive this prophecy, we need to stop fighting each other. He stared at me.
Even if only one of us gets her in the end?
I nodded slowly. Even then. The wind blew hard through the trees, rattling the leaves like bones, and somewhere inside me I knew this wasn't the end of anything. It was just the beginning. Ava's POV.
The mansion's foyer smells of lemon polish and old money, the marble floor cold under my knees as I scrub, my hands raw from work. My black blouse is tucked into worn jeans, the rune necklace from Gabriel swaying at my collar, its weight a quiet ache. My curls are knotted high, a few strands sticking to my sweat-damp neck, and my hazel eyes sting, heavy with the memory of last night. James's arms, our moonlit bond, my wolf's rage nearly took his life, the scar on my shoulder, Gabriel's bite, throbs faintly, my new werewolf senses sharp, catching every creak, every whisper. The staff bustle around me, their glances sharp, and my wolf bristles, restless, sensing their judgment. The double doors burst open, and James storms in, his leather jacket open, his faded tee clinging to his chest, veins pulsing in his forearms. His hair's tousled, his stubble rough, and his eyes blaze with anger, his cedar and leather scent flooding the air. He grabs my hand, his grip firm, warm, pulling me to my feet in front of everyone. Melanie with her tray, Mark leaning against the banister, Riley smirking with a whiskey glass.
You're not a maid, Ava.
James says, his voice low, fierce, echoing off the chandeliers.
Stop doing this.
My breath catches, my hand trembling in his, my blouse tugging loose. All eyes are on us. Mark's cold glare, Riley's raised brow, Melanie's gasp, and my cheeks flush, my wolf whining, torn between love and shame. Mark's suit is too tight, his smirk venomous, while Riley's whiskey glints, his amusement sharp. I want to speak, to tell James he's wrong, that this is my place, but my throat's tight, the weight of their stares crushing. My hazel eyes meet his, gold flecks catching the light, and I see his love, his defiance, but also the danger. Our bond is splitting the pack. James softens, his grip loosening, his thumb brushing my wrist, sparking my skin.
Come to a party with me tonight.
He says, his voice quieter, pleading, his eyes searching mine.
Let me show them you're mine.
His scent wraps me, tempting, and my heart lurches, wanting him, wanting us, despite the risks. Okay, I whisper, my voice barely audible, my curls trembling. He nods, a half-smile breaking, rare and warm, and releases my hand. His boots echoing as he leaves. The staff's whispers start, Melanie's frown. Another maid's mutter, and Mark's gaze lingers, predatory, his smirk promising trouble. I grab my rag, my hand shaking, and slip away, the mansion's halls closing in. The club's a dive on the edge of Virginia's pines, neon lights pulsing blue and red, the air thick with whiskey and sweat. My black dress hugs my curves, the necklace glinting, my curls loose brushing my shoulders. James's hand rests on my lower back, his leather jacket open, his cedar scent grounding me in the crowd. My wolf hums, alert, the full moon's echo still in my veins, and my hazel eyes scan the room, gold flecks catching the strobe. James leads me to his inner circle. Pack lieutenants sprawled in a corner booth. Lena, a beta with a sleek ponytail, her eyes sharp. Marcus, an enforcer with a scarred jaw gripping a beer. And Tara, a tracker with a lip ring, her gaze cold.
Is this Ava?
James says, his voice proud, his arm around me warm, protective.
I'm Maid.
My heart kicks, love and fear mixing, but Lena's smile is thin, Marcus's nod curt, Tara's eyes narrowing. The pack's divided, I feel it, their tension like a blade, and my wolf bristles, sensing threat.
Nice to meet James's choice.
Lena says, her voice smooth, but the word choice drips with disdain. My cheeks flush, my fingers clutching the necklace, and James's jaw tightens, his stubble catching the neon, but he doesn't hear the venom I do. I need air, I mutter, slipping away, my dress swaying, my boots clicking on the sticky floor. James nods, distracted, talking to Marcus, unaware of the storm brewing. I step toward the bar, the music pounding, and overhear Lena's voice, low, sharp, from the booth.
She's a liability.
Lena hisses, her ponytail swaying.
A turned human is Luna? Riley's right. James'll lose the pack. We need her gone.
My breath catches, my wolf snarling, and I freeze, hidden by the crowd.
Dead's cleaner.
Marcus says, his beer bottle clinking, his voice cold.
No, Luna, no problem. James stays alpha.
Tara nods, her lip ring glinting, and my heart fractures, tears stinging. They want me dead, and James doesn't know, his laughter with another pack member a distant sound. I stumble outside, the gravel crunching under my boots, the night air cool on my burning skin. My curls tremble, my dress too tight, and tears spill, my wolf howling, broken. I'm no Luna. I'm a maid, a mistake, tearing James's pack apart. The prophecies wait. 2 wolves, 1 heart, 1 will fall, presses down, and I'm drowning, alone. Gabriel's there, leaning against a pickup, his flannel loose, his ash-brown hair catching the moonlight. His eyes soften, his pine and earth scent calming my wolf, and he steps closer, his boots soft.
Ava, what's wrong?
He asks, his voice gentle, his hand brushing my arm, warm, steady. They want me dead, I choke out, my voice breaking, tears streaming. My hands clutch the necklace, his gift, and I spill it all. Lena's words, Marcus's plan, the pack's hate. I'm ruining him, Gabriel, I'm breaking his pack. My hazel eyes meet his, raw, desperate, and I'm shattering, my wolf quiet, my heart exposed. He pulls me into his arms, his flannel warm, his embrace fierce, protective.
I won't let them touch you.
He says, his voice low, a vow, his hands framing my face, calloused, reverent.
I swear, Ava, I'll protect you no matter what.
His eyes burn, love and guilt mixing, his bite, his care, his sacrifice. And my heart lurches, his promise a lifeline deepening our bond, pulling me between him and James. I nod, tears falling, my curls brushing his hands, and I cling to his strength, broken but held. The club's neon glows behind us, James inside unaware, and I'm torn. His love, Gabriel's vow, the pack's blade at my throat. Days blur in the Townsend mansion, James's care a quiet anchor, his steady hand on mine, his cedar and leather scent soothing my wolf's edge. My loose sweater hangs off one shoulder, the rune necklace cool against my collar, my wavy brown curls knotted, damp from training. My eyes catch the Virginia dusk, but Mrs. Townsend's hatred burns hotter, her icy stares piercing my bones, her silk dresses whispering threats in the halls. My shoulder scar, Gabriel's bite, throbs faintly, a reminder of my power, my danger, and I feel the pack's divide. Riley's smirks, Lena's whispers, the inner circle's plot to kill me. Tonight the mansion's quiet, everyone asleep, the air heavy with wax and pine. I sit by my cabin's window, staring at the moonlit pines, my boots scuffing the rug, my fingers tracing the necklace. My wolf hums, restless. James's moonlit vow, I love you, warming my heart. But fear lingers, the pack's blade at my throat. The door creaks open, and Mrs. Townsend steps in, her brown curls pinned tight, her silk robe glinting, her eyes cold as steel. Behind her, 3 wolves, lean, snarling betas, their claws clicking, block the exit, their musky scents choking the room.
Ava,
She says, her voice smooth, venomous.
you're a threat to my son, to the pack. You're coming with us.
Her wolves advance, ropes in hand, their eyes glowing, and my wolf roars, fear turning to fire. No, I growl, standing, my curls trembling, my hands balling. My wolf surges, power flooding my veins, and I shove the first beta, his claws grazing my arm, pain sharp but fleeting. My strength surprises me. New, raw, my wolf's gift, and I slam him against the wall, wood splintering. Another lunges and I dodge, my boots sliding, my fist catching his jaw, dropping him, but the third grabs my wrist, his grip iron, and Mrs. Townsend laughs, cold, as they close in, too many, too strong. My heart pounds, my wolf snarling, but the door crashes open and James is there, his leather jacket open, veins pulsing in his neck, his stormy blue eyes blazing. Gabriel's beside him, his flannel loose, his hair falling into his eyes, his pine scent sharp. James tackles one beta, his fists flying, while Gabriel grapples another, his shoulder taking a claw's slash, blood seeping through his flannel. I break free, shoving the last wolf, my wolf's strength fading, my breath ragged.
Enough.
James roars, his voice shaking the room, the betas retreating, Mrs. Townsend's face twisting, her silk robe swaying as she glares. Gabriel staggers, blood dripping, his hand clutching his shoulder, and my heart lurches, fear spiking. James grabs my arm, his cedar scent grounding me, and we lift Gabriel, his weight heavy, his breath shallow. We carry him out, the pines cool underfoot, to a safe room in the mansion's west wing, Mrs. Townsend's stare burning my back. We lay Gabriel on a cot, his flannel torn, his face pale, and I clutch the necklace, tears stinging. James's hand finds mine, his knuckles rough. But Gabriel's pain, his sacrifice binds us all, a fragile thread in this fractured pack. Gabriel POV.
The safe room's dim, a lantern flickering, the air thick with antiseptic and cedar. My shoulder burns, the claw wound bandaged, my flannel discarded, a white tee clinging to my sweat-damp skin. My hair sticks to my forehead, my eyes heavy, but I'm alive, and thanks to James. He sits across from me, his leather jacket off, his hair tousled, his stubble sharp as he wraps my wound in silence, his hands steady but tense. Ava sits beside him, her hands threading my hairs, soothing me, her eyes glistening with tears. Her presence a fire in my chest even now, after her bond with him, after my bite cursed her. Her rune necklace glints, my gift, a painful reminder of my love, my guilt.
James,
He says, her voice trembling.
your inner circle. Lena, Marcus, Tara. They want me dead. I heard them at the club.
Her words hit like a blade, her hands shaking, and my wolf whines, protective, hating her fear. James's hands freeze, his stormy blue eyes flashing, his jaw tightening.
What?
He growls standing, veins pulsing in his neck.
They're plotting against you? And you are telling me now?
His voice is low, deadly, his cedar scent sharpening, and I see it, his alpha instinct, his love for her, fierce, unyielding.
I told Gabrielle about it.
Eva says quickly, her voice breaking. James flinch, his eyes flickering to me as he steps to her.
When were you supposed to tell me, Ava?
He demands. Her curls tremble, her fingers clutching the necklace, and my heart fractures, wanting to hold her, to shield her from this pack's hate. James shakes his head, his hands framing her face, gentle, reverent.
No one is touching you.
He says, his voice firm, a vow.
I'm announcing our marriage tomorrow. We'll wed soon. And you'll be my Luna. Pack be damned.
His eyes search hers, love burning, and my chest tightens, jealousy and acceptance warring, but her safety's all I want. Ava nods, her tears falling, her wolf's longing a pulse I feel, her eyes flicking to me, torn.
Okay?
She says, her voice soft, endorsing him, but her wolf rages, wild, caught between James's steady devotion and my reckless protection. I nod too, my throat tight, supporting them, though it cuts deep. James watches her, his knuckles white, his love a fortress, and I'm silent, my wound a small price for her life. James's POV.
The council chamber's heavy with tension, the oak table scarred from decades of pack disputes, its polish catching the flicker of iron lanterns overhead. My boots echo on the hardwood, my leather jacket creased. My hair swept back, damp, my stubble sharp. The pack's here, elders in stiff collars, betas with crossed arms, my inner circle, Lena's sleek ponytail, Marcus's scarred jaw, Tara's lip ring, watching me, their eyes sharp, judging. Ava's beside me, her eyes meet mine, steady but nervous, and my wolf hums, protective, knowing she's my mate, my Luna, no matter what they say. I step forward, my voice low, commanding. Tomorrow, I announce my marriage to Ava Williams, I say, my words clear, cutting through the murmurs. She'll be my Luna, bound to me, to this pack. My hand finds hers, her fingers rough from maid work, warm, and I squeeze, grounding us both. I stand taller, my alpha strength a shield against the storm I know's coming. The room erupts, protests rising like a tide.
She's a maid.
An elder barks, his glasses glinting, his fist thumping the table.
A turned human.
Lena snaps, her ponytail swaying, her eyes narrowing.
She's not one of us.
Marcus growls, his beer bottle clinking, his scarred jaw tight. Tara leans forward, her lip ring catching the light, her voice cold.
A human Luna shall weaken us, James.
The words sting, each one a blade aimed at Ava, and my wolf snarls, fury surging, my knuckles whitening. My mother stands, her silk dress rustling, her brown curls pinned tight, her eyes icy, cutting through me like they did when I was a boy.
James, this is madness.
She says, her voice smooth but venomous, her hands clasped, knuckles pale.
You throwing away your legacy for a girl who scrubbed our floors. The pack won't follow her.
Her words dripped with hate, echoing her attack on Ava nights ago. Her wolf's claws still fresh in my memory, and my blood boils. My wolf clawing to protect. Ava's hand trembles in mine, her curls shifting, her breath hitching. But she doesn't speak, her strength quiet, fierce. I feel her wolf too stirring, gold flecks in her eyes glowing, and my heart aches, loving her more for standing here, facing their scorn. Enough, I roar, my voice shaking the lanterns, silencing the room. Ava's my mate, chosen by my wolf, my heart. She's stronger than any of you know, turned yes, but a wolf, a fighter, my equal. My eyes blaze, gold flashing, my cedar scent sharpening. You don't get to decide, my Luna. The pack quiets, but their glares linger. Riley's smirk from the back, Mark's whiskey glass glinting. Their schemes a shadow I can't shake. I know the inner circle's plot. Lena, Marcus, Tara, wanting Ava dead. Ava's words from the safe room burning in my mind. My mother's protest, her cold stare, cuts deepest, her betrayal a weight. But I ignore them, my focus on Ava, her hand in mine, her warmth my anchor. From the corner, Gabriel watches, leaning against the wall. His face is pale, his shoulder bandaged from saving Ava, his sacrifice still raw. His eyes meet hers, and I see it. Heartbreak, raw and deep. His love for her a quiet wound. My wolf bristles, jealous. But I owe him, his blood spilled for her, for us. He looks away, he's losing her. But I can't let her go. She's mine, my Luna, my future. Ava will be Luna, I say again, my voice steady, final. My arm around her, pulling her close. We marry tomorrow, and you'll honor her, or answer to me. My eyes scan the room, daring them. Lena's scowl, Marcus's clenched fist, my mother's icy silence, the pack's divided, their protests a storm, but I don't care. Ava's my heart, my mate, and I'll burn it all down for her. The council ends, the pack dispersing, their whispers trailing. Riley's low-laughed Mark. Cold stare. My mother's heels clicking as she leaves, her hate a promise. Ava's hand squeezes mine, her eyes soft, grateful, and I press my lips to her forehead, a quiet vow. Gabriel lingers, his flannel creased, his eyes on Ava, and I nod. A silent thanks. But my wolf's clear she's mine, and I'll protect her, no matter the cost. Gabriel's POV.
Townsend Mansion hums with wedding fever, lanterns swaying in the Virginia dusk, pine and white rose garlands draping the halls, their scent thick with wax and hope. My shoulder scarred tight from Mrs. Townsend's attack. The pack's buzz, elders chattering, betas hauling tables, the air electric with James and Ava's ceremony tomorrow. My boots scuff the gravel by the lake, the water dark, the moon a sliver, and my heart's heavy, my wolf quiet, knowing Ava's his Luna, not mine. Her scent haunts me, her rune necklace, my gift, a wound I carry, my love for her a fire I can't quench. I pull a blade from my pocket, its edge glinting, my hand trembling. The prophecy shadow, 2 wolves, 1 heart, one will fall. If I'm gone, Ava's safe. James's rule secure, their love unbroken. My breath hitches, my wolf whining, but it's the only way. I raise the blade, my knuckles white. The lake's ripples a silent witness.
Gabriel, no.
Ava's voice cuts through, sharp, desperate, her boots crunching as she runs, her wavy brown curls flying, her loose sweater swaying. She slaps on my face, yanking the blade away, the metal clattering on rocks, her hazel eyes blazing, tears streaming. Her hands grip my face, rough with stubble, her scent overwhelming, and she shakes me, her voice breaking.
Don't you dare do that again.
Her curls tremble, her touch fierce, and my heart fractures, her unspoken love, I love you, in her eyes, her voice, her refusal to let me go. I collapse into her, my arms wrapping her tight, her sweater warm, her heartbeat against mine, tears spill, hers and mine, our sobs mingling, the lake watching. I'm the conflict, Ava. I choke, my flannel damp, my hands clutching her, needing her. Without me, you're safe. She shakes her head, her curls brushing my cheek, her grip unyielding, and we kissed, for one last time, raw, soul deep, a bond beyond romance, forged in pain, love, loss. That night, I hear her in the mansion, waking with a gasp, her dream a shadow, I feel, her voice murmuring of a future where one of us dies, the other walks away, the prophecy's truth chilling my blood. She's torn, her wolf longing for us both. And I'm breaking, knowing I'd die for her, but not her pain. Iva's POV.
The mansion's alive with dawn, the wedding ceremony hours away, pine garlands and white roses glowing under lanterns, their scent weaving with wax and cedar. My white dress waits, simple, flowing, but my heart's heavy. Gabriel's blade, his tears, still raw from last night. My curls are loose, brushing my shoulders, my hazel eyes shadowed, gold-flecked, reflecting my wolf's quiet hum. Gabriel stands in my room, his scent calming my nerves. He holds the rune necklace, his gift, its weight a tie to his vow, his love. And my chest aches, torn between him and James.
Wear this,
he says, his voice soft, his calloused fingers brushing mine as he fastens it, the necklace cool against my collar.
for me.
His eyes search mine, heartbreak lingering, and I nod, my curls trembling, the silence between us a weight. I slip into the dress, its fabric whispering. Gabriel's hands gentle as he adjusts the hem, his touch sparking my skin, a quiet goodbye. The ceremony's in the clearing, pines towering, the pack gathered, their murmurs soft. James waits, his black suit sharp, his hair swept back, his eyes bright, joyful, but heavy with Gabriel's silence. I walk to him, the necklace glinting, my boots soft on the earth, my wolf humming, recognizing him. Mate. Home. We take our oaths, his voice steady, mine trembling, promising love, loyalty, forever. He slides a silver ring on my finger, its weight warm, and I slide one on his, our hands entwined. The pack's cheers faint against our bond, his lips brush mine, soft, tasting of salt and moonlight. A vow sealed, but Gabriel's absence, his quiet watch from the edge, cuts deep, his pine scent a ghost in my heart. James smiles, his hand squeezing mine, but his eyes flicker to Gabriel, a shadow of guilt, love, loss. My wolf's silent, heavy with love for James, longing for Gabriel, the prophecy's echo, a chill I can't shake. James POV.
The wedding's glow fades, the mansion quiet. My black suit's discarded, my jeans and tee scuffed, my hair damp, my stubble rough as I pace the council chamber. Ava's beside me, her eyes fierce. My rings warm on her finger, our bond a fire in my chest. But Riley and Mark, my uncle and cousin, have attacked, their betrayal a blade. Their wolves struck at midnight, claws slashing loyal betas, blood staining the gravel, and my wolf roars, fury surging, my veins pulsing. I call the council, loyal pack members crowding the oak table. Elders, betas, my inner circle purged of Lena's poison. Riley and Mark have turned traitor, I say, my voice low, deadly. Lanterns fluttering. We fight tonight for the pack, for our lunar. My eyes meet Ava's, her strength my anchor, and she nods, her wolf ready. Gabriel stands beside me, my beta, his loyalty unwearing despite his love for Ava, his heartbreak at our wedding a silent wound.
I'm with you.
He says, his voice firm, his hand on my shoulder, and my wolf settles, grateful. The love triangle a quiet ache we bear. The battle erupts in the pines, our loyal army, fierce betas, swift trackers clashing with Riley's wolves. I fight, claws swiping, dodging Mark's lunge, my fist slamming his jaw, blood warm on my knuckles. Ava's a blur, her wolf's power unleashed, shoving traitors, her growls fierce, her necklace swinging. Gabriel's beside us, his claws slashing, his strength steady, blood streaking his flannel. The air's thick with snarls, pine and iron, the ground slick, but we're a unit. James, Ava, Gabriel, fierce. Bloodied, unbreakable. Marley falls, my claws raking his flank, his howl fading. And Mark retreats, his wolves scattering. The loyal army cheers, their eyes glowing, but my heart pounds. Ava's safety my only thought. Gabriel's loyalty my strength. Ava's POV.
The pines are silent, the battle's end a heavy quiet, blood and pine scent thick, my sweater's torn, my wavy brown curls loose, matted with sweat, my eyes burning, my wolf's power still humming. The rune necklace swings, heavy. Gabriel's gift a lifeline as I stand with James, his jeans blood-streaked, his cedar and leather scent grounding me. Gabriel's beside us, his eyes fierce, blood smearing his arm. My ring glints, James's vow alive, but my wolf's wild, unleashed, protecting them both. My alpha, my beta, my heart torn by the prophecy, its truth near. I surge forward, my wolf's power a fire, shoving a traitor wolf, my claws slashing, my strength a storm I barely control. James and Gabriel fight, their growls sinking, their loyalty a shield, and we've won. Riley's body still, Mark's wolves gone. But a shadow moves, a traitor's blade glinting, aimed at my back. Gabriel lunges, taking the stab, the blade sinking into his chest, blood blooming dark on his flannel. No! I scream, my voice raw, catching him as he collapses, his weight heavy, his breath shallow. My hands cradle him, blood soaking my sweater, his scent fading, his eyes locked on mine, glassy. James kneels beside me, his boots sliding, his stormy blue eyes raw, tears falling, his hand on Gabriel's arm. The loyal army gathers, their faces pale, their murmurs soft, honoring a hero.
Ava.
Gabriel gasps, his hand clutching mine, warm, trembling, his voice faint.
I can die in peace now seeing you beside the man who truly loves you.
His eyes flicker to James, a nod.
Stay happy, Ava. Find peace with James. James, take care of yourself in the pack.
His voice breaks, a smile soft, and he's gone, his eyes rolling back, his chest still, his hand slipping. I sob, clutching him, tears falling onto his flannel, my wolf howling, the prophecy fulfilled, one fallen, one heart. James's arm wraps around me, his tears mixing with mine, his cedar scent a faint comfort. The army bows, their eyes glowing, honoring Gabriel. But my heart shatters. His love, his sacrifice, my fault, my pain. James pulls me up, his grip firm, leading me to the mansion, my boots dragging, my eyes locked on Gabriel's body, still on the grass, blood pooling. I turn, crying in James's arms, my necklace heavy, his heartbeat against mine a vow to carry on. The mansion looms, its lanterns dim, and I'm broken. Gabriel's final words a light in my darkness, pushing me to live, to love, James. Today, I'm James's Luna, but Gabriel's gone. His peace my burden, and I'll carry his love forever.